Have you ever seen a psychopath play chess? If not, you have to watch this. This is by far the most psychopathic chess game I've ever seen in my life. This guy wants nothing else but to harass his opponent. And I got to warn you, this video includes emotional violation, so take it at your own risk. If you watch closely, you can see white is missing a knight. That's because white sacrificed a knight even before the game was started. So white starts with e4, black replies with e5, and white plays f4, gambling the pawn. And black accepts the gambit, showing he isn't afraid. Then white plays knight f3, which is always a good developing move. g5 from black, and white plays bishop f4, attacking the weak pawn. Then black plays g4, attacking the knight and opening up the diagonal for the queen. So white must stop this check, otherwise the game is over. But also, he has to save the knight. But this mother farther right here plays castle, sacrificing the second knight. He hates knights. I don't know if he is racist, but he hates knights. Black is happy to take the knight, and white takes back with the queen. White is down material but still has more active pieces than black. Actually, black doesn't have any active pieces. So black plays queen f6, defending the pawn, and black would love to trade queens like these because white is down 2 knights. So white thinks for a while and realizes he still has a lot of pieces. He realizes that he hasn't lost enough pieces. So he sacrifices another pawn. Black is confused but decided to take the free pawn. And if you think the follow-up is rook e1, pinning the queen to the king, I ask you nicely to slap yourself, because the rook is undefended and the queen can just take it. Then white plays d3, opening up the diagonal for the bishop, and black realizes that he has a bishop too. So what was the point of sacrificing a pawn? Well, even though white can't do anything, he has put the black queen in a very dangerous square where it can be pinned in multiple ways. So white plays bishop d2, and now white can pin the queen in 2 ways. So black should move the queen, but he thinks for a while and says, "If you are bad, I'm your dad." Then black plays knight e7, letting them pin the queen to the rook. So white finally gets the chance to pin the queen, but black plays queen c5 check, so white can't take the rook. White should cover the check first. So white moves the king and black castles. The position looks really weak for black, but it's not, because white doesn't have a real attack. Everything looks defendable. So white plays rook e1, developing the last piece. And after seeing that move, black finally realizes that he has more pieces. So black plays d5, attacking the bishop and opening up the diagonal for their bishop at the same time. Very strong move. But black couldn't celebrate for too long because white finds an even better move that can save the bishop and stops black from developing the bishop. That move is queen h5, because it attacks this bishop, and this pawn can't move because the queen is undefended. And don't forget this bishop, queen to g7 is checkmate, so black plays f6, blocking the checkmate and asking to take the bishop so black can take their bishop. But unfortunately for black, instead of trading bishops for no reason, white decides to harass black like a psychopath. If you think how, white again thinks for a while and realizes he got too many pieces, so he starts to gift them. In this position, white sacrifices the rook, just to deflect the queen from this pawn. Bishop takes pawn, and it's a check. Black plays the best move, king g7, black king is safe. Meanwhile, white can't wait to gift his other rook, so he plays rook e1. But, by a miracle, it is defended. Black plays queen c5 and thinks white is going to play rook e8. But this guy wants nothing else but to sacrifice the rook. And black was absolutely shocked by this move. He completely lost his mind because it was too much for him to handle. He couldn't even see the follow-up, so he was afraid to take the rook. So instead, black played queen f2, threatening checkmate in 1. But once again, very unfortunate for black, white is not going to stop until he sacrifices the rook. It's a check, so black can't play checkmate yet, and this pawn is pinned. So black plays bishop takes rook, and white takes back. King moves to h8, and white is not satisfied yet. So white decides to end their career by sacrificing the best piece, the queen. And it is checkmate by the bishop pair. After this match, white got arrested for emotional violation, and black never played chess again. By the way, this game was played by David Janowski as white, against a not-known opponent in 1895. Hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to play like that, watch this.